Today is March 12th. Judge and call bad updates. Let's talk Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy Jake. Oh, wow. Not the full song. Spring.
I didn't think it was possible.
Not hopeful. Well, we'll see. We'll see how we land at the end of the show. Thank you for joining us on Talkin' Yanks, brought to you by SeatGeek. You can use the code YANKS on the SeatGeek app or their website to get $20 off your first purchase. Just sign up with an email you haven't used yet. Use code YANKS. SeatGeek app, they got tons of events, and you can go to them. My name's Jimmy. His name's Jake, BBD, behind the dish, coming off a weekend where we were working and having fun in our warehouse, and the vibes of spring were good, even though I was kind of overreacting about some stats and, you know, because there was nothing else really that bad going on. And then I got a DM on Saturday. I should shout out his name because he put the fear into me. Will said, should we be worried about Cole being hurt? He's only thrown 2 innings this spring. And I was like, well, fuck. Now I'm worried. And then fast forward, and Cole's getting an MRI, and then Judge takes swings. He comes out. He's going to get an MRI, and the whole thing stinks of Yankees. Jake, how are you?
James, Davis, yes, sad Monday at the office. When we do our warehouse stuff, literally everyone comes back sick, which, I don't know, we'll edit that out of the episode in 20 years when we all have asbestos or something. And then it was Judge, and it's like, oh, shoot, the Judge wins, which is so funny because that's kind of, I'm good, by the way. Not really. But we see the Judge wins, and it's like, okay, we know the big fella. The big fella never shows any emotion when it comes to anything, and we're all locked in on his oblique because of the history there. And so it's Judge, and it's, oh God, are we back again? Is this happening? You're getting a couple weird, ugly videos on Twitter that it's like, oh, yeah, I see it, and I don't know. The video was kind of taken weird, too. Judge looked like his body was in a fun house for a little bit. And then the Cole news comes, and it's elbow, and it's MRI, and man, that one stung. That had Yankee fans staring at each other. Like, what? That's the guy we can't lose. Both guys we can't lose. And it kind of made the Judge news better. So if you're looking for the ultimate spin zone, the fear element of Cole's elbow compared to what we assumed was Judge's oblique at the time. I don't know. But that's as close as you can get to an optimistic spin. Just a brutal 24 hours in Yankee land on March 11th.
My sister's birthday. Yeah.
Birthday Ritz.
The full timeline of Judge, we can tackle him first.
And Justin Pennick and Kiana.
Happy birthdays. It was Kiana's birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. The full timeline of Judge, just to let you guys know, in his second at-bat on Sunday, I believe, he kind of swung and did his thing where he kind of goes like this, and it looks like a smile, but it's a slight wince. It's the third time, really, like, where he's done it, and then on Twitter, people are like, you see that? And half the crowd's like, that's nothing. And then the other crowd's like, no, that's something. First time it was oblique. Turns out the crowd was right. Second time last year was hip. 10-day IL was something. If Judge swings, makes a grimace, and then they pull him from the game, guys, that's something. There's still a lot of people like trying to act like it's not that. And then they asked Boone about it, and this is the one that really bothers me, is he came out and said, even though the other starters got 3 or 4 plate appearances, the plan was always to have Judge only have 2. I texted you guys right away that there's 0% chance that's that. I don't know why they don't just say, yeah, he felt something. Better be safe than sorry, especially right now. We're just gonna
spring training.
No need. Just gonna see what it is. And maybe Judge says, I don't want you to say it. So then Boone's left in a hard spot. But then the next day, he's not in either lineup. They got split squad. So it's like, okay, well, what's going on? And then the next day, which is today, March 12th, they say they did send him for MRI on his abs, which isn't really common. Someone did find that like that phrase was used for Cano way back and Steve Pierce in 2014. But MRI on his abs on Twitter, like never been done before. And it's like, are they changing the name? Because that's what the Yankees do. They change the names of things to downplay the injuries. Because if it's oblique, that's really bad. Is it just abs? Now, Judge then did come out and he said, it's not my oblique, and the MRI came back clean. I've been taking swings all off season. I think I've overdone it a little bit. Just need to give my body some rest to recover. So hopefully that's all true. But I feel like at times we've heard that it is true and it is fine. Like when they said the hip thing, it was hip discomfort last year and at the end of April, I think. And they said it's 10 days. It's only going to be 10 days. And we're like, okay, like, sure. So that could be nothing with Judge.
Yeah, I mean, that was even my, we've all been dating the Yankees for our lifetime. We're married to the Yankees. And they're giving us some of their signals. Like you said, well, the other starters got 4 at-bats. Judge gets 2. Lie. Booney had the mid-spring beat-up quote. That's a now semi-famous one. But again, that one, you were right on. Like, that's just Booney going through it, saying words to get through an answer. The part that kills me.
I've accepted that they do that.
Right, which you don't even have to. But,
Yeah.
that's your loved one. We all have our flaws. I always have a pile of clothes that forms next to the bed. I can't stop it if I wanted to. Sorry, Jess. They said Judge was going to play Wednesday. Which, like, how much of... That's the lie that's too far for me. Like, why don't you just say, yeah, Judgy felt something, it's spring training, so we're going to be careful with him. End of sentence. Don't say we pulled him intentionally and he's going to play Wednesday. All lies. All lies.
I wonder if he said something like, the plan is to have him back out there Wednesday. Hopeful to have him back out there Wednesday.
But he's saying that after the mid-spring beat up. That he's just trying to get him off his feet for a second. So, I don't know.
Judge basically did say it was mid-spring beat up.
Beat up.
He's beat up. He's working too hard, swinging too many times.
But it happened on one swing. So, like, it's kind of a result of that, but we also saw it live. And the guy shows no emotion. It is funny. Like, part of me enjoys the online debate about it a little bit because Judge's grimace face is the pitch. I feel a lot of players would make if they just like get beat on a pitch. They're like, ah.
Oh, yeah.
But Judge, he stays pretty emotionless on the field.
But he says it's not his oblique. It's in his abs. So that's good. Oblique strain stinks, and he's had that before. And for anyone that wants to see a diagram of the body to understand that, I pulled it up because I was curious. I was like, okay, obliques, abs. It's in his belly, not his side.
I felt that.
Some people say sports hernias right in your lower abdomen. That would be really bad.
That'd be bad.
But it could just be like, yeah, you got mild oblique strain. And we're like going to wait it out.
Right. And it's, we think it's not oblique. We're still not fully sure. As we've said, it's tough to believe everything you're hearing and seeing these days. But either way, that's an injury that would suck if Judge misses opening day. He, like you said, he came out. He spoke on the injury. He said it's not the oblique. He said the goal is to be ready for opening day. Kind of took that jab at spring training. Like, if I miss games that don't matter to playing games that do matter, that's good. Would obviously love to see him take a couple swings before Houston on opening day, and that gets interesting. We have our event the last day of spring training. That could be fun. And then they head to Mexico, which, again, you hear in our voice, just a little offbeat. There's a chunk of my soul that would love to see Judge play the last game of spring training and then just head straight to Houston, but that's none of my business. That's the Yankees and MLB's business. So, interested to see the next up. I mean, when are we going to get true Judge updates? He said he wanted to... Was there a swing at the end of the week? Was that before today's quotes?
I'm guessing he doesn't swing for a week. And then you go from there. And it might push him back a little bit. He said, they asked if he was confident he'd be ready for opening day. And he said, I'm pretty sure. I don't want to speculate or talk about anything that hasn't come yet. The most important thing is taking some time now and be back out there soon. So I would guess he's taking 7 to 10 days off to give his body rest and recuperation, which I would then guess pushes him for opening day a little bit.
That's good.
Rest is good. I mean, if that's fine, if we're just talking not a major injury, that's fine.
Right.
Like that's going to happen and whatever. You don't want it to be right away, but maybe you do. You missed the first road trip, you're back at the stadium. Something like that. Judge coming out and talking about it, I actually feel a little better about it. Like that does calm my nerves. If we never heard anything about it from him, then I would be a little more upset. And all the chatter, if we want to go to Cole, I don't know if there's someone wants to sponsor the sad Cole talk.
I think they do, unfortunately. It's Shady Rays.
Put your glasses on because you're not going to want to stare directly at this sun.
Put your glasses on to keep the haters out. And with Shady Rays, I actually have a brand new pair of the Jake shades here. Because I did wear the pair I was wearing every day. I did leave at the warehouse on my Yankees hat. So for any Jam employees that listen to Talkin' Yanks, whoever gets that, little hug coming. Awesome. Oh.
Oswaldo Cabrera changed his number from 95 to 33.
He's on the team.
That is the Swisher number. And he's got the Swisher energy.
Shady Rays. I'm wearing my pair right now if you're watching on the YouTube machine. And Shady Rays is the best because not only do they have great sunglasses at a better price than some of those expensive brands, they've got their lost and broken replacement guarantee. So if you lose or break these bad boys, they'll get you another pair. These are for life, baby. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com. Use code YANKS. 50% off 2+ pairs of premium polarized shades. And that offer applies to the custom Jimmy and Jake collab shades. How about that? So go get yours now. Code Yanks, Shady Rays. Click the link in the description.
The Cole news is bad. Just want to let you guys know.
Yeesh.
Prepare yourself for the worst. The timeline is not good. They got the MRI. Like Judge got his MRI. They already knew the results. They got the MRI for Cole. They're not telling us any of the results. Cole's not talking about it.
They just said they're getting second and third opinions.
Yep.
They basically said that as they said he was getting the first one. They're like, and he will get second and third opinions.
And he never has issues. He never really looks at his elbow that much. And you do this. Now, a lot of players don't go get MRIs because all pitchers have fucked up arms. So if you go under the MRI, they're going to show you this. And then they say, even if you can pitch through it, it gives you a little bit of anxiety and all that stuff. So he's never done it before, but he's doing it. But the fact that they're not telling us anything, the process, and okay, I'm just giving you the doom and gloom version. He could be fine. We could get a scenario where it just needs rest and he decides it's not bad enough. He's going to pitch through it until it gets bad.
He's going to take a break for 3 weeks.
But usually how this works when you get an MRI on your elbow and it turns out you need Tommy John. And we've been through this with a couple of the Yankees where we were kind of closer to the situation and knew what was happening in this interim time. It's you get a couple opinions and then the player has to decide. Pitch through it, get the surgery. Who's going to do the surgery? Because they get it done quick. As soon as they announce it, it's like the next week they go get it. So there's a lot of decisions being made right now if this is the case. It might not be. Again, I'm just giving you the doom and gloom. But when there is a delay between getting the MRI, needing second and third opinions, and now we're getting reports from Bob Nightingale that they have re-upped their offer for Dylan Cease in trades, just prepare for the worst.
Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. And I think every baseball fan knows the worst. It would be Tommy John, which at this point a year, that would be, you'd hope to see Gerrit Cole
next year,
middle of next year, early to mid next year. And if that bomb drops, head drop. That really stings. And I don't know. I already had the dark thoughts of like, Gerrit won a Cy Young last year, and that's cool. But where should we been using him in a dead season down the stretch? I don't know. That's obviously after the fact because I'm very happy Gerrit got a Cy Young, and it's not his fault. The team was ass. Hello. The best case scenario would be what? Gerrit Cole's not going to throw for 2 to 3 weeks. He goes out and throws. He's basically got to do a complete spring training, which would be a month or so.
He misses April, best case from now?
I think that's kind of the current best case. Cinco de Mayo Cole. But
back in 2016, he had just elbow inflammation and sat out 6 weeks. I think he came back for one start in the middle of that, but so I don't know. He's had his elbow checked out and it not be this before.
And I guess if we are like looking towards the optimistic side, from everything we currently know, which we spent the first 15 minutes of the show talking about how this is a partner in a relationship that does lie to us sometimes. It's not like there was a pitch he walked off the mound and was like, oh, crap. They said he wasn't recovering.
They said, yeah, it's as if he pitched 100 innings in a season. That's how his arm feels now.
Which, take you into the window of the life of a pitcher a little bit and how bizarre it is.
Nestor had a quote that was like, I didn't know it was that bad. He's like, he said, I didn't realize how serious it was.
Right.
That was like the Nestor quote or something like that.
Which, that's it
alarming.
We'll call this the Nestor bucket, the optimistic bucket, because that's how I think Nestor lives his life.
That's optimistic?
Well, no, just kind of living blind and like, I didn't think it was bad. Is that, hey, like we said with Judge, like this is spring training. If your elbow is feeling that way, let's not push it for another start. And hopefully we're talking about we stopped throwing, you started feeling better, and that's the next step. But yeah, I mean, phew, that Cole is a lot of the rotation.
Yeah, a lot of the rotation, man. And damn, that would be devastating. You got Soto for 1 year, and then you're without Cole for that 1 year if, they don't retain Soto.
Which, get ready for a whirlwind the next 24, 48, whenever we get this information, because I like Bob Nightingale, the person, not the hugest fan of his reporting. Instantly we already got the Yankees up their cease trade offer, which who knows where that's coming from. But sure. And Snell and Monty are still free agents. So I guess going to the optimistic side of the coin, there are things that can be solutions. I don't know what buttons the Yankees will press. The other kind of weird fun combos that come out of this, opening day starter becomes kind of a wonky-donkey situation. And then, like we've talked about, the Yankees' depth. It's, that was the other injury news we got. Your guy's probably going to be out to start the year, right?
Luke Weaver, I just saw he went down because his neck, something was going on with his neck.
I think Boone this morning had like
didn't sound fine, serious. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Granted, we just talked about how the team feels like they lie to us sometimes, but
a lot of Will Warren chat. Clayton Beater been twirling the pill well, but we're starting.
I'm getting so upset.
Starting to dig a little bit.
So sad right now.
Okay.
Just not having Cole for 2 years would suck.
In theory, it wouldn't be 2 at this point.
I just did all the checking. Everyone that's got it in March has come back September the next year.
Okay.
So it'd be all of this year, majority of next year. Sucks. So it makes sense that they'd go, there's a price for Snell, and you're still paying for Cole, even though he's not pitching. It's like that money puts on pause. So they still don't want to go up the tax. So Cease makes sense for them to turn because they get him for 2 years.
Yeah, depending what price you have to pay. I always wonder.
They need.
How do the Yankees insurance stuff start? Like, will they? Like, I'm just Yankees accounting guy.
Does that affect the tax at all? I have
Not
no idea.
Not the tax,
I
but
think they might get real life.
they might get
money back.
the Yankees organization might
The
get
luxury
real
tax
life
wouldn't
money.
be affected.
Yeah, interesting.
I don't. Again,
I think.
if you work in the Yankees accounting, please reach out. I need help. I got a letter, my 2015 taxes. I can't tell if it's a fraud or not.
I got mine stolen from me. We're like working on getting it back. I think Martino also said like there's a lot of news on new offers for Cease or something like that.
He said like the industry chatters that a lot of teams have better offers.
There's a ton of industry chatter about better offers for Cease from other clubs than what the Yankees are offering.
I guess that's what he's alluding to there.
Man, I think you got to go up that. If they know that Cole's gone, I think they got to go up that offer for Cease.
Yeah, I mean, and not to sound dumb, do you have any lines in the sand prospect wise? Spencer Jones is the name that people are throwing out, and they said the Yankees still haven't been willing to put in the offer. But at this point, with the Soto factor, the Cole fear factor,
Yeah.
You'd be getting 2 years.
You'd probably trade Will Warren. I don't know if they'd what they want though.
right?
White Sox.
That's the other side of the
It
deal.
sounded like they really want Jones.
Or do they just want that because he's their number one prospect, you know?
Right.
Because sometimes they just want the number one just because their fan base and everyone else are like, he's number one.
Roderick Arias.
Yeah, Lombard's having an impressive spring.
You love George Lombard.
No idea if that's true or not, but he's playing a lot.
Right.
I have no idea. I'm not an expert on trades, or I don't know what the White Sox want. If they did Jones, I'd be like, okay, sign Soto.
Peraza.
Peraza's injured. We didn't really cover that. He's out 6 to 8 weeks.
Yep. It happened.
Yeah, I don't think he was going to make camp anyway. They really weren't talking like he was.
Oh, I'm just talking injury bug and how we do all the conversations of how will this break? And
I'll tell you this. If they do trade for Cease, then much like how Higgy was part of the Padres trade, I think Rortvet would be like, and you have to take Rortvet.
you guys want Rortvet.
Unless they have a plethora of catchers. They got
I know they have
Maldonado and Stassi.
Yeah.
Corey Lee.
Yeah, I don't know how.
You guys got to DFA him, not us.
I don't know.
I'm interested to know, I texted you guys almost joking, like, if they were to announce right now, we sign Snell, the reactions would be, fuck,
Yeah.
Cole's hurt. But if they were announced Cole's hurt, and then the next day they announce we sign Blake Snell, the reaction would be like, okay, better. But I think the Yankees, would do it Snell first, then Cole to try and like Band-Aid it.
Yeah.
I also don't know. I don't think they're signing Snell. Because now they're going to try and trade for Cease before Snell or Monty.
Yeah, again, that's where the business of the Yankees can be fun sometimes. Like, say, if they could collect Cole's contract via insurance, what Cease is getting paid this year, although you'd still have to double it with the tax, could the Yankees make money on the transaction? I don't know. I doubt they're there yet. You have to do something though, right? Because otherwise, we're already into Will Warren, Clayton Beater, Chase
Heel.
Hampton. Heels looked good this spring.
Both Codys, I think, tell themselves they can start.
Cody's still haven't gotten there yet. We'll get there.
Yeah, I don't know what who's gonna be the 6th. Now it's like something we gotta start watching out for, I guess.
And you guys should also go watch out at the DraftKings Sportsbook. The thrill and excitement of March Mania is here. And DraftKings Sportsbook, one of America's top-rated sportsbook apps, is giving new customers a shot to turn $5 into $150 instantly in bonus bets with any college basketball bet. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code YANKS. New customers can bet $5 to get $150 instantly in bonus bets only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code YANKS. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, 21 plus, ages vary by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/bball for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Who do you give the pill to on opening day? Houston.
Let me pull up my Google sheet. I got to change it now. I believe Stroman would get it.
So we've got Marcus Stroman, Yankees free agent, former All-Star. Carlos Rodon, big contract, tough last year. Lost some weight. Looks good. Hasn't pitched necessarily well. Clarkie and Nestor.
Well, they told Stroman he was going to pitch opening day in the Bronx.
Yeah, they had said home opener for him.
If they wanted to keep it that way, I don't think they could make Rodon the Houston starter and Stroman 2, and then they could stay that way. And he would also be the Bronx home opener.
I don't hate starting Rodon on opening day, but it's a little bit of the sicko in me, going back to last year's Rodon. Whereas I was doing like my Joker in the jail cell clap, like, wow, you really put yourself against it that if Rodon opening day against Houston, if he gets a dud, oh my God. If he's lights out, he basically erased a chunk of last year, not all of last year. But I don't know. The sicko side of me likes Rodon getting the pill game 1.
The rotation Cole helped so much, man.
He's good.
I mean, now Rodon, Stroman, Nestor, Schmidt, Beater, Heel, Warren. What are the options for those guys? Everyone's got options left, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, Beater hasn't been called up. Have any? None of those guys have, right?
Heel,
but
All of them
and Yogo
can be up and down.
yeah, or Weaver, and then someone's if he's like fine,
right,
and then a reliever gets the spot.
Like Luis Heel. You wonder, I don't know if we'll do a full episode on it. We're going to see later this week. We're hoping to get Cole updates. There are still other MLB starting free agents who aren't Snell or Monty. Like I know Michael Lorenzen's out there. Matthew Boyd, your guy. Domingo Herman. Probably pass. Dallas Keuchel.
Yeah.
Jake Odorizzi.
Sure, bring him in. Nestor just got destroyed in spring. Not that it matters or doesn't matter. Twins just lit him up.
Fastball day.
Fastball day. See what you can do. With Cole, I was like, yep, everyone's going to be better. Everyone's going to buy in. And now it's like, oh, man. This might be ugly. The rotation suddenly, like, you have that effect where Cole makes them all a little hotter, a little safer. And now it's like, oh, we take him away, and this is interesting.
Well, it's funny because we've talked a lot about the depth of the rotation this offseason, but that was built off of Gerrit Cole. It's like, well, if Nestor doesn't bounce back, then who are we going to tap into?
We got a nice cement foundation.
If Rodon isn't it again, what are we going to tap into?
The whole thing's popsicle sticks now.
I'm like all Yankee fans, very, very interested to see the next update. I don't know.
It could be not bad, I guess. No way.
Well, I mean, even if they say he's not getting TJ, we're going to check back in a month, it's still not great news.
They wouldn't do that. The next update will be, if he's getting Tommy John, it'll be the next update. They never prolong that.
That's what I just said. If he's not getting Tommy John.
But they wouldn't have we'll see in a month. It would be he's good he's fine.
That's him not getting Tommy John. He's going to take a month off. He's going to start throwing.
Why take a month off? That's what I'm saying. I don't think that world exists.
He has elbow inflammation. He doesn't need Tommy John.
Forearm thing, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because also think about what you just said. So you went through the history. Most of those pitchers, if they get Tommy John now, they don't come back till September or October the next year. We're talking about 1 year of Soto. I mean, wouldn't it be worthwhile to wait a month or two anyways if he doesn't, because he's basically missing next year already anyways?
I think that's where it's up to him. But I'm just saying, if he's getting it, they usually get it and they get it quick. Tanaka was the only one who did that alternate now. Now the surgery's even a little different too. But yeah, you could take just like Judge, but it's a month off. I don't know. Weird.
We'll see.
Bummed out about it.
Getting some MRI updates.
Fact that it would be 2 years is pretty bummer. Okay, well, Cease, come on down. He's not Cole.
It's not Cole. Plays disc golf, though.
He does. He plays disc golf.
So, what do you really want?
I thought at the end of this I was going to get more, talk myself into positivity at the beginning. With Judge, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel the fact that he stood up and was like, I'm good, I just need time, makes me feel better. But the more I think about the Cole situation, I'm downer. Sorry, guys. Good news is I could be very wrong. It could just be he's got tickled by his funny bone.
Tired.
Tired.
It's in 2016, he missed, when he had that elbow inflammation, he missed 30 games. Was back about a month later.
That might be a fun comment below. What would you sign up for? Judge back by the All-Star game. Would kind of shake on that. It's crazy.
I want Judge for home opener. If it's nothing.
I was on Cole.
Oh, you said Judge. Cole All-Star game, I'd sign up for that. Give us some updates.
Next time on Talkin' Yanks.
Stan still looks tough. DJ got a nice hit. Wellesley looks good. Popped a homer and a double. Yeah.
Oswaldo had a 3 a day.
Oh.
Wow, new number, Oswaldo. Good for him. Cheer me up in the comments. Goodbye. Go Yanks. Tell them Grams.
Go Yankees.
Soto's Yankees.
Soto and Dominguez. Did you see that picture of them looking at swans in the pond?
Dominguez out, Judge out, Cole out. It's just Soto's team.